Hey everyone, Nikki here. Welcome to the Riff Yard. I'm joined by Rodders from Just a Ride. How you all doing? Rod, what are we doing today?
Well, I mean, can you not tell from our get up? Sleep Token. We've got big
Sleep
news.
Token. That's it. Some sweet news happening in this Sleep Token camp, my friend. Yeah, so Take Me Back to Eden, the new record. It's finally, we got a release date. May 19th.
19th of March.
May.
19th of May. God. How many more songs do you reckon they'll drop between now and then? Or do you think they're going to chill it out a little bit?
Oh, good question, man. Well, the thing is, it's going to be a 12 track record. And they've dropped how many? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Four. Well, actually, they've dropped 5 now. So
yeah, they've dropped 5, which is it's the first 5. They dropped them almost. They've dropped them in order, I think.
Have they?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Chokehold was the first one they dropped, I think, and then a day later they did the Summoning, which is the one. That's the one everyone's lost their shit over, and then Granite, then Aqua Regia. The Aqua song, and then the new one.
Is it a cover of Barbie Girl?
Oh shit, could be.
No, it's not. That's a terrible joke. I mean, Nikki, if you've been living under a rock, who are Sleep Token? What's the deal, mate?
Well, people were going, wow, they've come out of nowhere, and it's like they haven't really come out of nowhere. They've been around since 2016, and I'm gonna hold my hands up. I am late to the Sleep Token party, dude.
Oh yeah, me too, dude. It was beginning of the year. It's like, what is this?
Yeah, that's literally same here. It was the Summoning, probably like a lot of people recently, is the one that got me in. And yeah, yeah, that's the one that got me in, and I'm in now. You know, I feel like I'm part of the club.
You ready to double down on them?
I'm ready to double down, dude. Although I missed a couple of shows. I think they did a couple of London shows. Missed that. They went over my head. But yeah, the Masked Warriors coming out with like synth pop, piano laden R&B
blast beats
with like big fat breakdown, low tuned Meshuggah style riffage, you know. So I'm excited for this next one because the hype train is like, you know, it's for real.
Well, do you know, you said to me, this is the new Ghost, and I'm a massive Ghost fan, and I'm not going to get into which is better. I personally think Ghost is, but like it's on that sort of level of like, whoa, this is a really accomplished project. Do you know? I think if you like Def Leppard, you're going to like Ghost more, but this is like, it's reinventing the past and, you know, doing something that's kind of like head on into the future at the same time. It's pretty cool. I think they kind of lean into the mask, or, you know, the persona gimmick far less than Ghost. I feel like Ghost, they use it to project the music. I feel like Sleep Token it's just something they do. It's more like, we'll keep our personalities out of this. We'll just focus on the music. I don't know if you get that sort of vibe.
Yeah, 100%, man. I kind of like that. You know, I suppose, you know, they're not rewriting the wheel here, you know, by any stretch of the imagination, you know, but sonically, there is something that sets them apart from everyone else at the moment, without a doubt.
Do you know, a lot of people say it's like vocally, it's very Rag and Bone Man. Like, has anybody like tracked where Rag and Bone Man is when Sleep Token are playing?
No, but not to talk about people's, let's say, body shapes, but the body shapes of the two individuals mentioned are not similar.
Are they not? Oh, that's. I mean, I haven't seen Rag and Bone Man recently. Like, maybe he's just been in the gym, You know, that probably playing with, you know, the mask get up and whatever, he probably sweat quite a lot. It's probably aids weight loss.
Yeah.
I think I just want to put it out there, you know, I think Rag and Bone Man is beautiful as he is. You know?
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah. I'd love to hug him.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be a good.
That'd be a good hug. That'd be a good hug.
Well, listen, like we decided to kind of jump on this and do a little bit of a reaction video to their new single, which is called Vore, I think.
Yes.
What is there any other way you could pronounce it?
See, you're asking someone who's heavily dyslexic how to pronounce a very simple.
No, I did it for comedic effect because I wanted to know what's, you know, going on in your brain. How did you read it? How did you read it originally?
I was like, Vore?
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 Vore, very good. I haven't listened to the song yet.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the song yet because you were like, yeah, dude, let's get on here. Let's do a reaction video. And yeah, it's genuine. I've not heard this song. Not seen the vid. Let's just give it a play. I've got an idea of what it could be about. I'm not sure if it's the same spelling of Vore, but let's watch this first and see where we are.
Okay.
You ready? Ready?
Hell yeah.
Let's do this. Okay, here it comes. Vore. Initial thoughts.
That is by far the most aggressive I've heard them. Like, you know, it's straight in that, like, yeah, you know, fry vocal thing. You know, yeah, that's different to where I thought that was going to head straight out of the blocks.
To me, first impression, like like when that guitar comes in, I was thinking, oh, it's a bit like Be Quiet and Drive, you know, Deftones.
Yeah, dude.
Do you know what I mean? And then it's just gone in a different direction. Like, I mean, vocally, what is it? Is that song Fetishira or something like that on White Pony, which has got that similar sort of effect on the vocals, but it's completely different delivery, and like the double kicks definitely put it in a completely different kind of range of influence within metal.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to say as well, these videos that they've put together, like, I don't want to say that they're cheap because I don't think they are. I think this is another like computer graphics slowly revealing itself, but they're just so simple and effective. Because I'm listening to this and I'm also going like, what's going on in that vid? Do you know?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, my first impressions of looking at it is like, there's some Medusa shit going on here, and but it looks like, I don't know, are we looking at some sort of worm centipede type of thing going on here, which makes me feel a bit sick in my stomach, if I'm honest, because I don't like that.
You said Medusa, but I'm also thinking, like, could it be Little Shop of Horrors? Is that like a giant Venus flytrap that's gonna devour my soul?
Well, that's some praying mantis shit right there.
Oh yeah, it could be. Right, let's listen to some more. Right, where's this going to go? Where do you think this is going to go?
Well, you know, I was right with the centipede worm thing.
I meant in the music.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not even joking you. That does make me feel a bit sick because I don't so manly. I don't like insects and shit, dude, and that makes me feel a bit weird.
Okay, right.
So, but
you can look away from the screen if you want.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm braving it out, man. You know, but I think though there is some awkward tension that is building with this. Like you started off right there was like a you know, like type of thing going on. The screaming was really intense, but it wasn't loud. So you did, as much as I wanted to like be bopping around, my ears are also going, I beg your pardon. You know? So with the tension of that and like me releasing to the lyrics, what I heard was, I think it was the lyrics going flesh and bone, flesh and bone.
I'll level with you. I couldn't make out the lyrics. And I think that's kind of strange because on a lot of the other songs, the lyrical narrative is really clear. It's a bit of a curveball from this like current batch of tunes they've put out. I'm kind of, you know, you're saying like this like awkward tension is kind of building, and like there's some really kind of like discordant tones now in this new section we're about to go into. Now, yeah. I'm gonna put it on the line, and I'm gonna say I don't think there's going to be a melodic bit in this song, or I think it might be the middle eight, but I reckon we're going to go into a chorus or something, or a main riff that's really, really heavy.
So you don't think there's going to be any vocals popping in on this bit?
I'm just thinking about like this whole project for this release has really kept people on their toes, and it's kind of like I'm watching a whodunit at the moment, and I'm trying to get in the head of not necessarily like what I think logically it's going to go to, but I think one of the reasons they've been really successful is just this. I don't want to say randomness because it's not, because I think it's really, really well thought out and really well put together, but they definitely want to keep the audience guessing and show their range.
I think coming back to your Deftones reference, I reckon we're going to get some Chino Marino style like floaty vocal.
Okay, right. Let's see where it goes. Okay, but okay. Nikki, like I said, if you're scared, you can put your hood over, like when we started the video, and then you won't see the creature that makes you feel sick.
Yeah, I should have got a sick bucket.
It's an option. I'll tell you what. I mean, this is a kind of a fairly convoluted reaction video, but if you do vomit while we're watching this, that will go viral. So I'm not saying I want you to make yourself sick, but just think about the positives. All right?
Okay.
All right, it didn't do what I thought it would do, but like when I pressed play, I kind of thought maybe I am onto this. But I heard then that little like floaty, chino-y kind of thing in the background. But then yeah, that chorus is kind of, it has come a little bit out of left field. But I don't know.
Yeah, I do you know what though? I think you're bang on the money with what you're saying earlier there. So far, I mean, I from where I think things are going to go, I haven't been right about it. You know, even I'm going like, oh, maybe it's going to do something like this or that. It's not doing either. It's doing its own. It's cutting down its own path through the reeds. You know, and
yeah. Do you know what I think is actually really interesting about like just like this song especially, but Sleep Token in general, is they're not playing to those kind of tried and tested. This is how you succeed on Spotify rules. 100%. They're doing something different.
Yeah,
they are and they aren't. Like what they are doing is they're taking the fundamental principle of something needs to happen within X time, right? And usually that's a chorus. They're making something happen within that time, but it's not a like they're kind of following the rules while completely disobeying them at the same time. They're like inverting the map, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Fearless is what it comes to mind for that. Like they don't give a flying fuck what Spotify want, what the radio want, you know, anything like that. It's just like, yeah, we're just doing our own thing. Come along for the ride or not. Don't give a fuck.
See, I would disagree with you a little bit there. I don't think they're doing what the radio want. I think they are giving.
No, I mean,
Spotify...
sorry, they're not doing what radio want, as in like they're not conforming, or they're not going, yeah, let's get this song on the so and so, you know.
Yeah, no, exactly. But my point is, I think you're right on the radio. I think on the Spotify, what they're doing is they are in a way not doing conventionally what Spotify want, but doing something unconventional while ticking all of those boxes. They're kind of reassembling what you would typically go for to kind of give Spotify a track that it likes, and they're going about it in a really unconventional way, which keeps it fresh.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah, 100%.
Right, let's crack on.
Trap beat in the back. They've still got like a sort of pocket going.
Yeah.
I was like, it was coming, and it didn't.
Yeah. Do you know, obviously, like this is literally the first time I've listened to this. Was that a repeat of the mellow section before? Or to me, that felt like it was a completely new melody. I don't know.
I don't think that they've repeated a section yet.
I don't think they have either, which is cool.
That's fucking
just
rad,
want to take this time to say, like, production on this is...
Yeah, I know, dude. Ooh. It is top tier, isn't it?
Yeah. Does it? I mean,
the clarity in it is fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Like every nuance of what's happening, considering they've got to be on like 8 strings, you know, they're super low tuned, man.
Yeah.
You know, crazy low tuning. And there's still clarity in every note that's going on. That is, you know.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's impressive, but it's like, you know, in the mix, I don't know if this all makes sense, but it's like whoever's put this together knows not just like what they want you to listen to, but kind of where they want you to listen to it. If that kind of makes sense, like at what part of the mix and what frequency range. So it's shifting around the main parts that you want to focus on and kind of keeping you guessing, which is a talent. It's almost as if I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm fairly new to the party. From what I understand, the identity of the guys is, or girls, could be girls, is still kind of shrouded a mystery.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if someone within the band, i.e. how this has been written, comes from an engineering or mixing background. I think
it has to be. It has to, you know, and I definitely think in some of the other stuff that I've been listening to try and kind of, you know, I'm kind of like a kid in a candy store with it. I'm like, holy shit, there's a back catalogue of things to get on there, and I'm Mr. Burns handsing it around like, oh yes, you know, I can't wait to get into it. There's definitely an element. There's like some proper musician training going on.
Yeah,
this is not just some wild card. Kids happen to be good at this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would be absolute. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like, think about how old they are. Let's say 2016 when they started. That's what, 7 years ago. Yeah. Let's say they were 18 then. They're in their mid-20s. That's the youngest they could be.
Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%.
Do you know? And this is where, like, again, go back to the Ghost thing, and you go like, well, Tobias Fortune is what, getting onto his late 40s. Like, there's a reason Ghost tracks are so well written, and that's because he's a writer. Yeah. It's not just a great writer with experience too. Do you know, worked with a lot of people, like, tried out the ideas, been within different genres. I reckon, yeah, engineering, mixing, production background of one of the members of the band, or one of the key songwriters. I would be blown away if it wasn't.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that would be interesting actually. I wonder, because of how copyright is and how things like PRS and PPL work and how publishing works, I wonder if their real names are listed.
Yeah, interesting. We should maybe have a look at that.
That's like another time maybe we should think about that. But
or if we're really slick in the edit, it would just like pop up now. Anyway, let's listen to the rest of the song.
So let's go.
I love that.
Yeah, dude, that's a great synth part in there. You know,
right. Let's get back into it.
They fucking faded that out.
Oh no! Yeah.
Okay, right. I'm gonna. This may upset some people, but that's fucking lame. You know, you can't do genius fucking writing like that, and I think that's a fucking cop out.
Blame the label. Blame the label. Yeah, it's label pressure.
Label pressure. Okay, we'll put it down to that. But
I want to just throw something out here. I'm not sure it's going to happen, right? But how sick would it be if the next single starts with that re-fading in and then going into another song? That's how they can redeem themselves. Don't diss them until you've given them the opportunity.
I'm not.
Maybe they're still writing. Maybe they're going to listen to this. They're going to watch us, and they can go, fucking hell, that Rodders, he's got some ideas. Maybe
He's
get
right
him as
on
a
the money.
co-writer.
Yeah, yeah, 10%. 10%. Yeah, I have to say that fade out has made me almost forget a lot of the song initially, because
do you know what I will say? I think compared to some of the other tracks, I think I really enjoyed listening to that. It was very interesting. But apart from that keyboard part, that doom, 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 I would struggle to kind of give you a melody or a vocal, like a lyric that stuck in my head. Whereas the first couple of tracks they released this year, like straight away, just stuck in there. But I feel like this is a cool track to kind of put out when you're really, you're kind of bringing up your album release date and whatever, because it feels like a really good album track. Not like, I don't know, like album tracks aren't really a thing anymore. And I think,
I know
again,
what you
it
mean.
takes balls.
It's part of the story, right? There's,
Yeah.
an album is to me, it's a medal or a journal in the diary of where someone is at that any given time in their life or whatever. So I always appreciate album tracks, if you want to call them. They still have an important part. It's not all about fucking singles and every song's got to be like bastardized with some sort of super melodic part. Like you said, that song could be transitioning purposefully into something we don't know. We haven't heard the full record. My first impression is, yeah, I'm digging it. I'm bouncing and grooving off it. But it feels as it was about to get going, it's ended, and I'll say it's got a fade out. That's a fucking cop out. That's just my opinion, man.
So I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. Okay. Rate this track out of 10 on a first listen.
7.
And more importantly, does it make you more excited or less excited for the album than before you'd listened to this song?
I'm still as excited. I'm no more or less.
I'm more excited.
Oh.
I'm interested in where it's going to go. Do you know what I mean? Like I would say out of this is the 5th track, right? I would say in terms of comparing it to those other tracks, I'd actually say as a song in itself, on first listen, obviously.
Yeah.
I would say it's the weakest.
Yes.
But I do think those other 4 tracks were more single, conventional in that. But I think it's the most interesting, and it really has kind of made me think, oh, I want to listen to more. And just because it's not like as sticky as kind of more tracks that are more, like I said, conventional singles, I kind of do have an urge to go and re-listen to it, but in like a different way, in kind of like a music geeky way, and go, oh, what were they doing here? Decipher some of the lyrics, or all of that sort of stuff. But it hasn't hit me in that same way that, like, let's say Chokehold did.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think you're right. There's like we were saying, there's a story to be told on this record. The record's called "Take Me Back to Eden." So in my head, to me, as a writer as well, I'm going, okay, so why are we going to go back there? Is it just? I very much doubt with a band like Sleep Token, it's a throwaway title for like shits and gigs. It means something. It will be. There's a theme. There's something going on here, and that makes sense with the kind of mythological creature Medusa shit that's going on there. Also, actually, the head thing that character had reminded me of what Skin from Skunk Anansi's been wearing on the last couple of tours. That big head thing.
Yeah.
You know, so again, it has a presence about it, right? You are in awe of whatever that piece is, and if you look at the artwork and stuff there,
it's very yin and yang, isn't it?
Yeah, so you've got like what appears to be some sort of burning, and then not, you know, something's in ashes. You know, it looks like maybe
Well, I would have thought if it's called Take Me Back to Eden, the white side of it, or the plain side, is kind of reflecting, you know, innocence and you know, beauty and all the kind of natural, and then the right hand side, the dark side, is more kind of like the impact of man and industry. But again.
Yeah. 100%, yeah.
But again, something to throw you out there is like, but what's underneath it? That looks a bit dark, and that's underneath both sides. So,
yeah, and you know that's actually very cool. You said that because, the individual artwork for Vore, you know, or Vore, it's obviously Vore, I suppose. It's, you know, if it's it's that character, and she's standing on or slithering on like hieroglyphics and messages and stuff, which are on the front cover of the album.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So yeah, you know, very much like this stuff with your ghosts, sleep token and stuff. It's not all present at one time. There's something going on, and it's almost like how a TV show operates these days. Every Tuesday you're going to get, you know,
I know exactly what you mean, and I think I was going to bring this back. I mean, I was going to bring this back to kind of the comparison with Ghost, and it is like with Ghost, they've got a very clear narrative, right? And the characters are going on a journey, and I guess it's the telling of that story that draws you in.
Yeah,
this is doing something similar, but it's more of a mystery. Do you know? It's allowing you to piece it all together and all of that, as opposed to being like, okay, you know, what is going on within the story next? You know, what are the characters gonna do? How is the story gonna develop? You know, when will there be a new persona to take on, you know, the next batch of songs or whatever? This is they're really using the mystery behind the masks as well to just keep feeding into that, you know.
Yeah, especially with the no music video thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a music video, but it's not. It's like a hybrid of lyric video, music video with no lyrics. You know, it's art piece, isn't it? It's portraying some sort of art that is doing exactly what we're doing. We're trying to decipher something, and
but I think
maybe we're not going to know until the record's out.
In a way, it's really interesting because it's allowing the fans to kind of build their own narrative. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we can argue about what this means, even. Do you know, like, what is it? And I mean, I definitely want to go and check out a live show. You know, I mean,
yeah.
You know, it's like an exercise in marketing. You know, you could build on this more. I mean, I don't know. I actually need to check out, you know, some of the videos of them playing the live gigs. I think they did Birmingham Academy recently or whatever. Yeah. I mean, I wonder what, like, did they talk in between songs, or is it just a theatrical performance even?
Yeah, good shout. You know, there's another band actually that do something similar called King of the Dead. They're like a three-piece thing, and they're you know, they're English as well. You know, just I don't, you know, it's obviously, you know, they're more like a punk rock type of thing, but they've got that persona thing going on, just to kind of, as my brain's ticking along, there's another thing going on in there. But yeah, I think you nailed it there. Yeah.
Well, I'll go back to one thing before we wrap up. Okay, Vore. what could it mean? I couldn't decipher much from the lyrics, but I don't know. Someone might need to fact check me on this, but I believe Vore is like a class of person within the Russian mafia. Like the Vores are like the like the leaders of it. I don't know. I remember the film Eastern. Do you remember? Did you ever see the movie Eastern Promises?
No,
With,
I haven't.
It's a David Cronenberg film with like Vincent Gallo and Viggo Mortensen, and it's about it's all about this family that get wrapped up in this big scandal within the Russian mafia, and I don't know if it's the same spelling. It could be completely different, but
yeah, because there's no accent above the E, right?
Yeah, but yeah, that was something that came to mind, and like, yeah, these are these are essentially the criminals that kind of like, they tell their story with the tattoos on their bodies, and yeah, it's an interesting thing. I'll need to listen to the song again and obviously check the spelling to see if these two things could interconnect, but that would be like an interesting avenue to go down. A little controversial, I don't think Russia is particularly popular at the moment, but I'm not sure really how involved in all of that the Russian mafia is. Although we're going into murky waters here, so that's probably a good time to wrap it up. Nikki, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, well, I'd say actually, Rod, is sum up this very quickly. What's your first impression? What would you give it out of 10? What do you think is going to happen moving forward for them?
Oh, I don't want to sound the same as you, but I would go with a 7. 7 pushing into an 8, because it's got me really interested in the album. And I think that's really great, because I think a lot of bands, well, the way music is at the moment, it's all single. And when an album finally comes out, it's all a bit of filler. I don't know. Or you get these bands where it's like everything's a single. And this song kind of makes me want to listen to the other stuff that they've released, maybe delve a little bit into the previous albums and stuff. Yeah. But it's just opening a lot of like roots in my head as to where it's a 12-track album, isn't it? Where the remaining sort of 7 songs are going to go. And I think it's like I said, it's not the most like as a song, like the best one I feel they've released. I'd probably say it's as like a first impression song, it's probably the weakest, but yeah, it's actually made me more interested in them. So it hasn't done the the box ticking exercise of single, and as a result, I'm saying it's maybe a 7, but it has actually made me more excited about the band. So yeah, maybe that's why it's pushing more onto an 8. It's quite convoluted, that answer, but
that's all right. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, just sitting on the fence a little bit.
I'm a bit disappointed. The ending's really pissed me off. The ending's pissed me off.
Okay, right. I'll re-ask you this question, right? If it hadn't ended in a fade out, where did you think it was going?
I thought it was just going to kind of be like a stop dead with maybe some sort of like trap snare going like, and then leave you kind of on a cliff edge.
Oh, what's happened? And if it had done that, what would it get out of 10?
An 8.5.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, Sleep Token, if you're out there, if you want the song to be, get an extra 1.5 points from Nicky Smash, you know what you can do. It's not too late. It's not too late to rethink that track for the album. So
there you go.
With that, see you later, guys. Have a good one.
See you later.